So here we are again. We're back in Boracay, if I'm not mistaken, for the fifth time in my lifetime, the third time in 3 straight years. So basically after the pandemic, almost every year I'm here in Boracay. And I believe this is the first time that I visited here in August. Most of them are during the summer, and one unique one was during December. The experience is very different during August. For one, you can see the strong waves. High tides are really high. Low tides aren't that much low as opposed to summertime. Basically, I think the low tides now are what are basically the high tides during summer. No algae, no green moss whatsoever in the entire stretch of the beach. So that's something good. And what I also appreciate now is that because of the wind, all water sports activities are actually situated on the other side, the Bulabog beach side. So the white beach is actually deprived of any obstructions. As you can see, there are no paragliders, no whatsoever, no helmet divers. Beach is free for swimmers. That is, if you can swim at this kind of strong wave. Crowd? There's not much. Really, I was surprised that during my flight going here, there were empty seats in Cebu Pacific. There should be no empty seats in Cebu Pacific flights. So that's one indicator. And then if you roam around lunchtime, a lot of famous restaurants and places are actually devoid of people. Not really devoid, but not your usual summertime crowd. And somebody splashed seawater on my phone. What else? Dinner time, it's also weird because normally there's lots of people during dinner and you queue up for hours at famous restaurants like I Love Barbecue. When I ate my dinner on the first night, it was a Sunday night, oddly enough, there were no queues and a lot of empty tables. So that speaks highly of how low the volume is during summer. But I'm not sure about the price though. The price can still be as high as it can be. I ate dinner steak last night and it was at 1,400. The price that you normally get for a steak at Chili's, tenderloin. So same price, just in Boracay. Was it good? Probably yes, but I think if there was too much monosodium glutamate for a steak, I started feeling itchy on my palm. So I'm a bit allergic to monosodium glutamate or vetsin or the umami flavor. But yeah, nonetheless, that was, yeah, the crowd was absolutely thin. There were vacant seats inside and outside. So there's not much. But how could you come up? Yeah, it's up to you if you are able to enjoy this kind of beach. maybe it would be better if you try to book a hotel on the other side at Bolabog Beach during this time. Personally, I haven't tried Bolabog Beach. So maybe next time, maybe next year, August again, maybe, maybe. But yeah, White Beach during this time is has a very rough sea. But maybe it's also because of the twin low pressure area that has just gone a couple of days and there's another one coming in. So might just be a wrong timing, or maybe it's an August thing. So I'm not so sure. But wait, I'm going beyond the beach area and I might get trapped later when it goes high. As you can see, Astoria is actually where the beach ends. There's a cut. There's a walkway, but I'm not so sure it will carry me through. Don't like to walk along the road later. Yeah, there's a connecting road, beach access. Of course, somewhere along the way, I would rather walk on the beach. What else do you need to know? For August visit, well, I stayed at Cannon Crystal Sands. Let's review about Cannon Crystal Sands. Well, we're going back to Cannon Crystal Sands to see. For one, the price seems okay. They say they're a highly rated hotel, and I tend to agree. The rooms are large. I have 2 beds, one queen size and one single, and I'm just a solo traveler, so that's plenty of space for me. The deluxe doesn't have any bathtub, only shower, but it's okay. But for a much lower price point, I was able to secure a room with a sort of a bathtub here at Boracay Ocean Club. So, but that's in way back station 3, so it's quite far from the action. And Cannon Crystal Sands says they are in station 1, but they're actually right after D Mall, so they're right smack in the middle of station 2. At least that's for me. But if D Mall was the demarcation line, then yeah, they're right after D Mall, so they're at the beginning of station 1. So it's still a bit crowded when you go outside. But the rooms themselves, especially my room, it's very quiet because it's far from the action of the mall, and you won't be able to hear any noise from the mall even in the morning or in the evening, even if you're in the swimming pool area. So yeah, noise wouldn't be a problem. Beds are okay, breakfasts are okay. There's a lot of choices, but maybe most of the food are recycled from yesterday. I mean, the same kind of food were repeated today. So there were a few minor changes, but if you're staying like me for 4 days, you might actually get Ah, sawa. In 4 days, eating the same breakfast over and over again. So better take your pick every day. Pick your food wisely because that's gonna be the food you will probably be eating for the rest of your stay in Henan Crystal Sands. Amenities. There are technically two pool areas. The one on the ground floor, which has a long, maybe 50 meters, I don't know, long swimming pool. So you can do laps, and they're divided into two. There's a pathway dividing the two pools. I missed the opportunity for it, you know. Probably one big pool. But yeah, you have to make way for the people going in and out. There's a secondary pool, a better pool I have to say. It's on the second floor, the sky roof, I think. Sky bar, pool bar, whatever. There's also a bar right in the middle of the pool. So you can have a drink or eat while you're swimming. The pools are just about 3 or 4 feet high. So it's also good for kids. Not much of a problem though. Prices are high, as expected of a resort or a hotel, especially in Boracay. San Miguel costs 125, cocktails 295 to 500 plus. So they're very, very expensive. Are they worth the price? Still no. I could probably get the same amount, same kind of drink in other bars here at a much lower cost. Let's say last year, Pelican Bar in Heights Hotel, their cocktails during happy hour can cost less than 100. Now I think they say it's buy one take one during happy hour. I don't know how much their prices. I have it in there maybe later. So yeah, drinks are quite expensive. So if you just want to have a sip during your swim, then yeah, that's probably the way to go if you want to swim during tight times like this. So what else? Oh, spa. Apparently they don't have a spa in Henan Crystal Sand, so I heard. They actually referred customers to Henan Regency, which has a spa. Gym, they said they have one, but I haven't been there. And in all honesty, all my hotel stays, I've never been to any gyms, so that isn't much of a concern to me. Accessibility, yeah, they have direct access to both the main road and the beach. They have beachfront restaurants. They have a dinner buffet for seafood. Surprisingly, it's cheaper than the steak say of another restaurant, Mandarin Bay. But yeah, even their seafood buffet have steaks as option. So maybe it could be a better option. I haven't tried. We'll try it later or tomorrow. So we'll have a point of comparison. But as of now, well, we're back. We're back to where we started. And the waters are really getting higher now. 12:30, I guess, is the predicted highest point, and it's already filling up the sofa, the sunbright area of Cannon Crystal Sands. Yeah, but there are still people, kids, enjoying the beach regardless of this strong wave. So I've been talking for 15 minutes now, and I hope you were able to hear me despite the waves and wind. Uh, let's see. If we can clean this up. There's no need to clean this up. I guess that's it for now. Thank you and peace out.